McDonald's McNuggets. Start with that chicken breast. Go ahead and cut it up into little cubes, and we're gonna blend it in batches, and we're gonna pulse it. You could use a grinder if you have one, but I don't have one. I'm guessing a lot of you don't have one. You could use a blender, works just as good. Season the meat with a bunch of salt and pepper, and then the key to shaping your nuggets is to keep your hands wet so it doesn't stick to you. So you feel me? We made a few McDonald's shapes, and we went off with some dinosaurs, made a country, and look at that. I don't know what that is. Throw it into the freezer for like 2 hours. For the dry mix, we're gonna go flour, cornstarch, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder. Mix it up. For the wet batter, we're gonna go eggs, half a cup of water, 1/4 cup of cornstarch, and whip that up. Then once your nuggets are hard, we're gonna go dry, wet, and then leave on there. And then once you do that, you're gonna heat up some oil. Once it bubbles around the stick, the wood, the chopstick, throw them into the oil. Make sure they don't stick to each other. Fry them for about 2 minutes each side. Take them out, and you got chicken McNuggets. Yes,
Potatoes. Thyme, garlic, oil, flaky salt. Bake at 350. Out of the oven. Butter. Look at all those layers. Some black flaky salt. Hey, here's how I make a real breakfast sandwich. Some flaky salt.
We making oyakadon. Start with that chicken thigh, pat it dry. Go ahead and cut it up into little bite-sized pieces. Get a whole white onion, slice it up, and then into a bowl goes a whole egg. Whisk it up lightly, not too much. Then into a pan goes half a cup of chicken stock, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, 2 tablespoons of sugar, 1 tablespoon of rice wine vinegar, and bring that up to a simmer. Then once it reaches a simmer, go ahead and throw in all of the sliced onions and break it up. And then once that comes back up to a simmer, throw in all the chicken pieces. Give them space. We're going to go ahead and simmer that. Keep that on there for like 5 to 6 minutes. Then once they're halfway done, which is after about like 3 minutes, you can go ahead and flip them over. And then we're going to go over to the home garden and get some green onions. And then we're going to slice it up and then pour the egg over the chicken. And it's going to cook for like 3 minutes. We're going to need to keep it on low heat. And then we're going to take it off and let it sit for 1 minute. We're going to finish it with a little bit of green onion. And as you can see, it moves around within the pan, which is going to be perfect to pour right over the rice. But my rice wasn't ready because I always forget to make rice. Yes,
What's up, y'all? Today we're gonna make a mac and cheese the southern way. I already got my noodles boiling here. You're gonna need 3 different types of cheeses: whole milk, heavy whipping cream, some eggs. I got 2 boxes of elbows and evaporated milk, salt, pepper, and butter. Go ahead and boil the noodles al dente. All right, you want them to start with a little bit of bite to them. Don't overboil them because it's gonna be soggy as hell. Next, you're gonna grate up your cheese. You wanna leave a little cheese to the side so you have something to put on top of everything. Coat the dish with half a stick of butter. Now on low heat, you want to add 4 cups of milk and about 1 cup of heavy whipping cream. Take all that cheese you grated up and throw it in your mixture. Add salt to taste and pepper. Beat up 4 eggs and half a stick of butter. Take your mixture off the stove, taste it first, but then pour it in to the noodles. Add your eggs and butter, more cheese, stir. I'm gonna finish in part 2.
This one's for all my broke college students. I'm gonna teach you how to cook for the low. Pull up to the store, get a cup of noodles and a head of cabbage. Together, that should be no more than $1. And slice it up into different sizes. You want different textures. You want to be fancy without actually being fancy. Fill up your cup of noodle with water and microwave it. Then to a pan on medium-high heat, add a little bit of oil and add as much of the cabbage as you want. Cabbage is real cheap, so it don't really matter. So then add some soy sauce and some brown sugar and mix that up. That'll be like the stir-fry kind of sauce. And what you're going to want is have some cooked chicken thighs on deck. You want that in your fridge. You want to front all the work. You just want all this stuff ready to go whenever you want. And I added a little bit more cabbage because I needed more greens. And then you're going to take only the noodles from the cup of noodles and incorporate that all into the stir fry. And now you got a well-balanced meal for the low. You got some meat, greens, and noodles. What more could you ask for? Serve with some sriracha, hoisin, whatever, and you're good. And you got a side of soup. Yes, Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Start with that chicken breast, and cut it into inch-thick cubes. You know, approximately. It doesn't have to be perfect. Now set it into a bowl and cover it in pickle juice. That's going to be our brine. Now for the dredge, we're going to use flour, cornstarch, panko breadcrumbs, a tablespoon of powdered sugar, and a pinch of salt and pepper. Egg wash is simple. A single egg, salt and pepper, whisk it. That's your egg wash. Then after at least 20 minutes, take the chicken out of the pickle juice and dry them. And then it goes egg wash, dredge, and repeat. Do that for all the pieces of chicken. Then get our oil ready. Fill it up about under halfway for the pan. And bring it up to heat. Check with the chopstick and throw them in. Remember, if the oil gets a little too crazy, you could always turn down the heat to bring it under control. Then get your paper towel lined plate ready. After 2-3 minutes each side, the chicken's good. Plate it up. Serve it with some fries and you got Chick-fil-A chicken nuggets. Yes,
You want to make the best scrambled eggs? Come on, I'll show you. 2 eggs. Whisk. Heat pan over medium-low heat. Melt 1 tablespoon butter. Add your eggs. Slowly, just move with the rubber spatula. Big curds. Do not crank the heat, it's not gonna cook faster. Look at that, it comes together so quickly. Remove it from the heat. Perfect. Just when they're a tiny bit wet, they're still gonna carry over cook on the plate. Pinch of truffle salt because you're fancy. Freshly cracked black pepper. Parsley.
Be very careful making this chicken schnitzel for people. It's gonna get requested a lot. Now let's go! Start by lightly pounding out your chicken breasts on both sides until it looks something like this. If it's the same thickness, it cooks evenly. Here's the recipe for the flour dredge, but be careful because it's enough for like 15 chicken breasts. Whole egg plus a teaspoon of soy sauce. I love sneaking soy sauce into Western food. A cup and a half panko breadcrumbs and 8 sprigs stripped thyme. Flour it well and tap off the excess. Same deal with the egg. Now into the panko. With the panko, dip it, flip it, put it on top and press. Medium heat pan, olive oil. Let's go, 3 minutes each side. Did you hear the time? Flip, oh yeah. Immediately season with Maldon salt. Okay, fine, we'll do rosemary salt on one. Rest 2.5 minutes. Slice on a bias, squeeze of lemon, and that's how you make a chicken schnitzel.
Somebody's making a video on this? We need to fix how y'all are making this. Prepare your ramen of choice. Water. Bring to a simmer. Drop in your noodles. Simmer until soft. Empty flavor packet. Green onion. Someone like kern. Nori. Into strips. Leftover meat. Soft boiled egg. A small pot with water. Bring to a boil. Drop in your eggs. 7 minutes. Let these brothers cool. Peel your eggs. Whew. Hot oil, meat, make it crispy. 1 tablespoon of mirin, 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, splash of Shaoxing wine. Reduce and glazed. That bitch, do that bitch, do that bitch. Mix the noodle, some corn, green onion, some of that meat, soft boy 1 and soft boy 2. This is the finishing touch. Now this right here. Oh yeah. That's how you do instant ramen.
Hash browns are for wimps. You can do better. We're making a potato galette. It's French. Peel 1 large potato. Cheesecloth. Grate. Twist and wring. Wring out the excess moisture. Heat 8-inch skillet, medium-low heat. Add 2 to 3 tablespoons canola oil, peanut oil, or leftover bacon fat. Add half of the potato. Freshly grated Parmigiano Reggiano. Remaining potato on top. Salt. Cook 5 to 6 minutes until golden on the bottom. Turn up the heat to medium to make sure it's nice and golden. 1 to 2 minutes. See how it's nicely golden around the edges? It's time to flip. Flip. Add a little more oil so it doesn't burn. Cook medium-low heat 5 to 6 more minutes. Salt, pepper, parsley, Parmigiano Reggiano, dill. Oh yeah.
They say when you meet the love of your life, time stops. Love is passion. Love is passion. Love is passion. Obsession. Obsession. Someone you can't live without. You can't live without. I say, fall head over heels. Find someone you can love like crazy and who will love you the same way back. How do you find him? Well, forget your head and you listen to your heart. To make the journey and not fall deeply in love. Well, you have
Depression meal check. What the fuck is this?
One cup of brown sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, 1 large egg, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, half a cup of chocolate chips. Mix it all together. Divide into 12 and place on a prepared baking sheet at 350 for 8 to 10 minutes. Boom.
Okay, look, I've done Pizza the Hut before. I'll do it again. 1 cup of water, 1.5 teaspoons of ANC yeast, a little mixy. Sit for 5 minutes. 2.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1.25 teaspoon of fine sea salt. Whiskey business. Add your yeasty water and mix. Take it a rough dough. Put to a work surface. Keep kneading until nice and smooth. Medium bowl. 2 drizzles of olive oil. Shape your dough into a ball, into your bowl. Plastic wrap, lightly oiled. Cover. Rise at room temperature 1 to 2 hours. Italian tomatoes. Tomato. 2 cloves of garlic. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Salt to taste. Pinch of sugar. Blend until nice and smooth. Pizza stone. Into the oven. 500 Fahrenheit. 45 minutes. Baking sheet. Dust generously with flour. Flour. Dump out your dough. Divide. 2 even pieces. And shape into a ball. Onto your sheet, cover and rest. 30 minutes. Pizza peel with flour, piece of dough, flour at the top, punch around the perimeter, over the knuckles, turn, stretch. Little pizza sauce, spread it out, cheese, pepperoni, into the oven on the 5 minutes. Broil 2 minutes. Garlic oil on the crusty. Ooh-wee.
So we've all heard of the freshman 15. We've all heard of gaining weight when you go to college, move away from your family. But has anyone really discussed the relationship 20? When you finally get a boyfriend or a girlfriend and all you do is eat and go out to eat.
Oreo cheesecake cookies, one of the best cookies you'll ever try in your life. Let's go. 8 ounces of cream cheese, 2 sticks of softened butter, 1.5 cups of sugar, and then you're going to beat this together until it's a smooth mixture. It might take a couple minutes, but good things take time. Should look like this. 2 cups of flour, and you're going to slowly add this in and beat it together just so that it doesn't fly around your kitchen. And then it should look smooth, nice. 20 double stuffed Oreos, and you're going to crush it up so it's like bigger pieces, not exactly like crumbs. And then you're going to fold it into the mixture. And then you're going to cover it and put it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. I promise it's worth it. Preheat your oven to 350 You're gonna scoop it with an ice cream scoop, flatten it out to help it bake in the oven for 14 to 16 minutes, and then it should look like this. Wow.